first, and then go to Deuteronomy 29 and 29. Give me Amos chapter 2, verse 11. Okay.
Alright, this is the book of Psalms 147 from verse 19. He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
So here it is, these spiritual men of these other nations, they're trying to seek out the truth of God, and they don't even realize that God don't even like them. So they wasted their time. They wasted their time, bro. And that shows you that the Most High, he's to be feared, because he can make a man lead his whole life trying to find him, but he don't even want it. A man dedicated his whole life trying to find God, and then the truth of the matter is that the Most High, he's not even an Israelite, so the Most High don't even want it.
Imagine how
that's crazy.
Imagine how you feel when the day comes that you truly believed in Allah all your life, to find out that was just bullshit.
Exactly. That's thank you.
Well,
that's deep.
I don't come to the water. That's why the scripture says, it says that they're gonna find out that they're gonna be mad at their fathers because they've inherited lies.
Right, come on. All right. So you imagine that, man. That's why they don't. When they come up here, they don't stand here for very long, man. The minute you tell them that God loves us and we're a chosen people, I disagree, and then they walk off. They don't want to hear no more because it cuts them. Spiritual. Because it goes against everything that they were taught their whole life. This is what I'm saying. This place is full of lies and robbery.
I'm telling you, brother.
It's full of it, man. Yeah. That's why when they come up here, it cuts them. It cut the hell out of them. So much they can't stand. That's why and we get kind of annoyed that they don't stand up here very long, because we want to keep cutting them. We want to keep cutting the hell out of them.
Don't run.
But then they run. They're like, well, come back. Read it, man.
Deuteronomy chapter 29 verse 29. The secret things belong unto the Lord our power.
The secret things belong unto the Lord our God. Our God. The God of all gods. The one true power. Our God, because he's for us. That's why I'm saying we're blessed, because we didn't do nothing to be born as an Israelite. We could have been born as an Edomite, man.
Wow.
We could have been born as so being born as an Israelite alone, that's grace. Alone. Even if we're a 2/3. Even if it was a Grammy nigga, he's still blessed.
I'm telling you, brother.
Even though he's gonna be destroyed, even though he's gonna get nuclear missile, he's still blessed. You understand? Because it says all Israel shall be saved. So at the end of the day, even the niggas, they're gonna get the blessing. So, but the point I'm trying to make is the fact that we're even Israelites is a blessing. Because we didn't do no, as a brother read about, there's no of our works.
Romans 9, yeah.
Alright? You see what I'm saying? Like Jacob and Esau, when before they were born, it was already decided one shall be stronger than the other. And it was none of their works. So Esau didn't do nothing for him to receive that type of blessing. He didn't do nothing. It's the Most High said, like, you're gonna do this. Read them. So we're gonna go into them.
Deuteronomy chapter 29 verse 29. The secret things belong unto the Lord our power,
right?
But those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law.
So, but the things that are revealed belong unto us. You see that? Just read it. The secret things belong unto the Lord our God, but the things that are revealed come to us, meaning the mysteries. All right? The mysteries of the God of all gods. All right? The invisible God. The one that created all the elements that you see out here, man. The mind, the skin, the mastermind behind all creation has a chosen people and gave his secrets unto those people. Okay? So it says that the secrets belong to the Israelites. The secrets of God belong to the Israelites. Read that. Read the Amos.
Mainly beginning with the prophets too.
sir.
Amos 2 and 11. Is that
Well,
right?
start from verse 10.
Amos 2 and 10, it says, also I brought you up from the land of Egypt
I brought you up from the land of Egypt, where
and led you 40 years through the wilderness to possess the land of the Amorite.
I led you around in the wilderness for 40 years to ultimately possess the land of the Amorites, which are the Hamites, the Hamites, all right? Because you had different Hamitic tribes within that land.
It says, and I raised up your sons for prophets, and of your young men for Nazarites. Is it not even thus, O you children of Israel, saith the Lord? And I raised up of your sons for prophets, and of your young men for Nazarites.
Right, so it said that I raised up of your young men for prophets. Roughly paraphrasing. And those prophets, what do those prophets have?
The secrets.
Amos 3 and 7.
Amos 3 and 7. Surely the Lord power will do nothing. Amos 3 and 7. Surely Yahweh power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
Right, then we just draw that the secret things, the things that are revealed, belong unto us, the things that are revealed, and the Lord revealed those secrets unto who? His servants, the prophets of the Israelites. Okay? So the Most High deals only with these people, the Israelites.
Who was the Israelites?
Pardon?
Who was the Israelites?
Who are the Israelites? Because words like we're past time, the Israelites are still here. We're the Israelites, so standing among Israelites. Like, where are you from?
My mother's womb.
What?
My mother's womb.
Yeah, I knew he's gonna come out with that roundabout. Like, where, like, what's your nationality?
Are you like
You Irish?
Yeah, how did you know that?
Because your accent.
Thank you.
All right.
You
So-
might have a chance. It's a chance. It's a chance.
So you're Irish.
Keep it real. It's a chance.
You know about the no dogs, no blacks, no Irish. You know about that?
All I know is I love you so.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. Everyone says love.
You never heard what he said. You never heard what he said. You never heard what you said. No blacks, no dogs, no Irish. You never heard.
No, you heard it.
He said he doesn't know. He
He said, all I know is I love you.
I love you so.
Yeah, he didn't acknowledge it. But I think you misunderstood what he was
You know what I
saying.
meant about no dogs,
It's
no
not
Irish, no
kidology.
blacks.
Did you say kidology? It's not kidology. Why should
You
it
know
be
what I meant? Did
kidology?
you hear what I said? I said no dogs,
Not you.
no blacks, no Irish. Remember? You know about that?
It's all irrelevant if you are quoting from the Bible, my friend. If you are quoting from the
Got a
Bible.
screen up. It's got a screen.
So you know that the Bible contains the truth. Do you believe that? Do you believe in the Bible?
I cannot lie to you. I don't think I do.
You don't believe in the Bible. Do you believe in God? Do you believe in God?
I do believe in God, but I don't. If there is a God, why is there so much hatred in this world?
Yeah, because the Most High is a balance. Give me your arms. Thank you, straight
Very
away.
good question. Very good question.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45,
Hey, give me your arms.
from verse
Why
verse
is
6,
there so much evil?
that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am the Lord and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
I, the Lord,
But why does the Lord create peace plus evil? Why does he do it?
why? Because first and foremost, say if we were all good, naturally good, how are you gonna value the good if you don't see the opposite of good?
Because if you value good, no, you are right. If you will not know, if you only know good, you won't know what bad is.
Say that again, sorry.
Please, my friend, if you know, you've just said it to me there. You said if you value all the word good,
If
you
not,
will
if
not
good.
Yeah, good. You will not value. You will not know the word evil because you can't. Because all you know is what is good.
Yeah, no, but you're never gonna see the value of it and the importance of it if you don't experience a world of evil.
Really?
Is that what I'm saying?
Is that true?
Give me the schoolmaster. Because I don't want to
Is
get
this true?
Brother, you gotta ask this question. What did he say was a good question? You said, what's the question? The question is that you want to find out why so much people going on earth with this God.
Galatians chapter 3, verse 24, wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Yahweh Shai, that we might be justified by faith.
Right, so God himself, he's the ultimate teacher. He's the ultimate schoolmaster. Let's read that again.
Wherefore the law was our schoolmaster.
The law was our schoolmaster. Right? So we need to experience evil in order to understand the importance of doing good. Alright? Because if we're doing good,
you've got to become good to be. You've got to be bad to become good.
But we need to experience a world of bad
Really?
in order to appreciate the good. So this like God is like a schoolmaster.
God is the devil.
Anyway, go we go and read that.
Right. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 39. It says, see now that even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hands.
Right, so read that again. What was it?
It says, see now that even I am he, and there is no God with me.
There's no God with you, bro.
I kill.
Devil, fuck you, fucking pigs.
I kill and I make alive.
So God kills and he makes alive. So when babies are born into the world, that spirit, the spirit that's inside that child, the Most High authorized that child's existence. That child was born into the world. That spirit that was put inside that child, God authorized and put a signature on that child's life to be born into the world.
I'm filming if you don't mind.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. Yeah. Sorry, I
So
didn't know.
no spirit
I did not know that.
That's all right. No spirit leaves this world or enters into this world unless the Most High authorized its existence. All right, the Most High he's the judge. When people die, that was their time to die. When the spirits are born into this world, it's that spirit's time to be born again. Read that again.
It says, see now.
Sorry, no, I don't
It says, see
It's
now
all right.
that even I am he, and there is no God with me.
There is no God with me. Go ahead.
I kill and I make alive.
I kill, I make alive.
I wound and I heal.
I wound and I heal.
Neither is
See,
it-
you could get a near-death experience. The reason why the Most High didn't kill you is because he probably wants you to learn from something. He probably wants you to repent of your ways and think about what you were doing. That could be the reason why the Most High probably made you have a near-death experience. That's why it says, I wound. The Most High might wound you to humble you. Or make you have a disease, an ailment.
No.
Might even break your leg or take your leg away from you in order to harm you.
Really?
Yeah, that's the reason why a lot of things happen in this world. The Most High will do things to people in order to make them think on their ways, in order to bring them near to Him.
I hate them.
Yeah, because some people are proud, man, and the only way they're going to learn is through pain and death, man. No, if you go to them, now listen, no, it's not crap, because if I go to a person and reason with them, like people are like animals. People are animals. You can't speak to an animal and expect the animal to understand. Like you can't speak to a lion and expect the lion to understand what you're saying in English.
Exactly.
The only way,
exactly.
Exactly. So the only way that beast is going to learn not to do something is when you beat it, and then you'll understand. Okay, let me not do it because I understand what he's saying. So sometimes people are like animals. They're not going to understand what you're saying to them until they feel pain. So the Most High's got to wound them. And then when you humble them and you've learned from your ways, then he will heal you. Most High woundeth and he healeth. Read that again.
And you know too, brother, before you read that, because I like the point you brought out, because like for example, you got kids, don't you?
Yeah, two
You got two kids. So if you're in the household, and you're setting a certain sort of discipline in the household, or you're setting some kind of commands in your own house, and your child don't go according to your household. Naturally, as a parent, you're supposed to discipline your child,
Yeah, you're supposed to.
right? So that's what the Lord does to mankind on earth. He disciplines them by inflicting pain on them in some cases, or in most cases. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand.
You know, so the Most High's got to flip, because if everybody was in robust health and good, then people, how people are, they're proud. Like this, for example, the so-called white man. I'm talking about the one that ruled the earth, the ones, the middle class, so-called white man in general, the Edomites. The reason why they're so proud is because they never felt slavery. They've never felt, they can't relate to the people on the sign right here. Yeah. They've never been wounded. The scriptures tell you that in Psalm 73. It says because of there's no band in their death. There's no bands in their death, so pride compasses them about like a chain. They got that pride because they're looking at everybody else like you're in pain and God must be with me. You know?
Can I just say something on that? Because they don't even look at everybody else like they're in pain. They don't notice that.
Yeah.
They're on that thing where nothing's happening to them, so they can't really see what's happening to everybody else.
Yeah, they can't relate to it. They can't relate to the projects, man.
But why,
they can't relate to being shoved all up into one.
Why can they not relate to it unless they don't know?
Right, you know why? Because the Most High doesn't want you to see it. The Most High wants us to see pride, man. The Most High wants to see captivate us, the people that have captivated us, to be proud, to magnify themselves over us. The Most High wants us to experience hard things.
I respect all you guys. Me personally, I respect you.
See, this is a schooling for us as a people, man. But the only ones of us that's learning from this lesson is the elect, man. We're the only ones, because the 2/3 of our people are not learning, man. They are not learning, man. They're not learning. They don't even want to hear.
I wish I could.
Do you know that you're Israelites? You don't know you're Israelites. You two know you're Israelites? Yeah, you're not Africans. You're not Africans, the two of you. What's your nationality? Kenya. You're Kenyan, but so we used to teach that the Kenyans were Hamites. There's tribes in Kenya that speak the Swahili, but you're Israelites. Okay, like you see the people that the Bantu, you're Bantu, no?
I'm a Bantu.
Thank you. I can tell. The spirit bear witness. See, these are Bantu. The Bantus are Israelites. But you see how you're not indigenous to the continent of Africa. Africa is made up of different countries. Continent of Africa. But the Bantus.
Still, my beautiful friends. My religious friend, I'm meeting, mate. Thank you very much. And one day I will try to.
All right, you will.
I know I won't, but I will if you know what I mean.
Everyone's going to believe in the kingdom. All right? Like, I want to break it down so we can all understand it, because we were all taught that we're black. But as you can see, our skin color is not black. So this is not true. But we believe that we're black. We're also taught that we're Africans. Now there's a lot of people in Africa. You got so-called white people that call themselves Africans. Arabs call themselves Africans. Us, then you got like the people of Sudan, the Dinka. They're also what we call Africans, Ethiopians, Somalians. So you got various people in that land calling themselves Africans. But what are we? The Bantu.
Bantu, yeah.
Everyone's calling Africans, white people, Arabs, everyone calling. So we can't all just be Africans.
Yeah, they don't know the difference.
See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So what are we?
Bantus, there's Kushas,
Say Bantu.
Yeah, but they don't know.
We don't say our ancestors, our ancient ancestors didn't call us Bantu. That was like a developed name that we bestowed upon ourselves. Like the people of Nigeria, Yoruba, Ghana. There's a common belief in those lands that we are the people of the Bible. Alright? We're Israelites, we're Hebrew in origin. See? like they circumcised their sons on what the 8th day did. In Ghana, Yoruba, Igbo. That's no coincidence. That they follow a practice that's in the Bible, and if you ask them why they keep that practice, they'll say it's an ancient custom. So these people, they gotta be Israelites. Now, give me, what's the Babylon and Timbuktu? Anybody got that book? Who's got that book, man?
Exodus. Somebody get Exodus.
Go now. Give me Deuteronomy 28, verse 64. 28, verse 64. Give me some color scriptures. Give me some color. If you got any scriptures, bring it out.
Yeah, this is Exodus 11 and 7. It says, "But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel."
So there's a difference. Did you hear that? There's a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. So another belief among us as a people is that we're Egyptians. You know, you have certain of our people that believe that they formed the pyramids and they're the Egyptians. We're not. The real Egyptians are the people of Sudan, the Dinka. They're the real Egyptians. They're the people of those lands originally. But they got pushed down south by the Greeks. The Greeks pushed them down south. But we're the Israelites. Give me that scripture.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even to the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither nor thee nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone."
So the main point there is that we were scattered all over. See, our people are all over the world, not just in the continent of Africa. We got this. We came to Africa, okay, because of Roman persecution. There's a book that we have, literally, you can look it up online. It's called From Babylon to Timbuktu. All right, and it tells you in page, is it 84?
Yes, 84.
Page 84, that millions of us, because of Roman persecution, fled into Africa. That the diaspora, that the dispersion of the Jews. We dispersed, obviously, around the world, but mainly into the continent of Africa. North Africa, East Africa, South Africa, West Africa. And then we formulated different empires, like the ancient Ghanaian empire.
Where did we come from?
Pardon?
Where did we come from?
Israel, man.
Israel.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, because the diaspora, right? That's what 70 AD, right? So that's documented in history already. And when they talk about the diaspora, they're picturing those people that call themselves Jews in the state of Israel right now. So if that actually happened, but they're not the people, and we can prove they're not the people, because according to scripture, the scriptures tell you what the people look like. So I'll read this to you, yeah? So this is Jeremiah 14 and 2. It says, "Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up." So that's just one scripture that talks about the skin tone, basically, of the Israelites. There's another one. Let me just get another one. Job 13 and 7. Okay,
See, our
But I know
job,
we came from Congo, Bantu.
the Congolese are also Israelites. Also the Angola, okay, Angola, Zimbabwe, Mozambique. Those are our people, man.
Yeah, so the Bantu in Kenya, to be specific, we came from Congo.
No, we're all Israelites. Yashala.
I agree, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
the Bantus who settled in Kenya, like, I'm a Bantu.
Yeah, yeah.
I know there's the Kushites and Nilots, right? So the Bantus in Kenya specifically came from Congo.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just got pushed to Kenya.
Okay. Yeah. You know.
That's what I was asking where you came from.
Now back to what the brother said as well about how you do the circumcisions. Only one people were given those as laws, and that's the Israelites. So for your forefathers to have passed that down, it must be Israelites. Nobody else does that, except for them. Obviously those people that call themselves Jews, and they don't even practice what we practice. They practice Judaism. which is a totally different thing altogether. But let me just read this to you. So it's the Song of Solomon, 1 and 5. It says, this is Solomon, I am black. It says, I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon.
Right. Now, see the word black, you just heard the word black, right? It said Solomon said, I am black. We look at the word black, obviously none of us is black. The word is dark skin, meaning melanin, melanated man. Now, on this earth, you have either melanated people or non-melanated people, like so-called white people. Everyone else on the earth has melanin to some whatever degree. So we know that the people that call themselves Jews, they are non-melanated people. They don't have melanin. All right, they're so-called white people who claim themselves to be us. So was not Solomon a Jew? Solomon was a Jew, right, of the tribe of Judah. But he said that what? He's melanated, he's dark skinned. He's us. Where's us? He's black. And the word says, read that again, read that again, sir.
It says, I am black, but comely.
But comely, meaning beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to be dark skinned. Alright? But we were taught that being black is dirty. It's unclean. It's something associated to sinful nature, immorality. Alright? And you have a lot of our people that believe that deception by the serpent. Give me on Revelations 20. Over you have Revelations 20. We've been taught to think that there's something wrong with us, man. By people that hate us.
This is why we're called black in other names, right? So this is in Deuteronomy, and Deuteronomy goes into the curses that the Lord said on Israel, that if we didn't follow His commandments. So it says, Deuteronomy 28 and 37, it says, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. So basically, the proverbs and bywords are derivatives or word, or so basically it's to be called something that you're not actually. So that they call us blacks, Negroes, niggers. What else do they call us? Black people. Did I say black people?
Sambo.
Colours, you know, all these other names they call us, but they don't call us by our actual names, our actual real name, and they know what our real name is. They know what our real name is.
They call us Jamaicans, Africans, African Americans, West Indians. They call us all these names, man. Even in India, they call us Dalits. Our people were scattered over there. But they look kind of Indianish, like coolie, but they're us because of the trans-Saharan slave trade. You had the transatlantic slave trade, and you have the Arab slave trade, where a lot of our people got dispersed into India. And over there, the real Indians call our people over there the Dalit or Sidi. So that's another byword that our people are being abused in Japan, Korea. So wherever we're scattered or dispersed to, we're being abused by the other nations. Alright, why? Because of our sins. Read that, Revelations.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle.
Now, do you know what that's talking about? That's talking about Satan is speaking about the so-called white man. According to the Bible, he is the